Okay everybody, it's garden update time. Yeah, I know I'm way behind on my garden updates. Sorry about that. Things just got ahead of me. So let's get started. All right, we have cucumber vines. As you can see, the cucumber vines are a little bit bigger than they were the last time I showed them. This here from one side to the other, oh, it's about 7 or 8 feet across. This is about a dozen plants in here, and I actually did get one cucumber off of it last night, but most of them are a little too small. Let's see. Oh yeah, here's kind of the typically sized cucumber. Whoops. Well, I would say the typically sized cucumber, but actually that one there is big enough. That's actually just about the prime size right there. That's a good eating size. When they get too big, the seeds get too big in them. They're not as good, not to me anyway. So I'm gonna have to take a better look at these a little later on. Here's another one of these Mexican bean beetles. Do away with that thing. Okay, but you know, most of the plants, most of the cucumbers in here are more along that size. So that'll probably take another 2 days to get the proper size. So as you can see, I'm going to have just a huge amount of cucumbers. I'll be giving a lot of these away. Here is my beans, and the beans have, some of them already went all the way to the top of my fence, or the top of my baling twine, and topped out already, and they are blooming. There will be little beans there. And as a matter of fact, somewhere on the bottom here, I know I had a little bean. Anyway, somewhere amongst all this is a little bean. Little bean, little bean, little bean. Oh, where are you, little bean? Take my word for it, there's a little bean or two in there. Okay, so I'll just get an overview of them here. So they wound up doing pretty good. I had a few worries about them to start with. I actually did mulch too closely to them and had a little bit of stem rot going on them. So I wasn't that much aware that these were that bad to stem rot when you mulch too close. But they are. Anyhow, do not mulch too closely to your beans. Here is the squash. The squash has, this is 4 plants. It just makes a one big giant one looking plant almost, but it's 4 plants in here. And yes, they are squash in here right there. Now that is a quite nice looking squash right there. As a matter of fact, that is one that I actually will pull. That's a great looking squash. These are yellow straight neck squash. That's what these are. Now let's put this here next to the beans. There's probably a couple more. I actually did eat a few squash last night. One of these days I'll do a little bit of a cooking video and show that process, either the cooking process or the eating process, or both. Oh yeah, see here, more good looking squash. All right, there's another one. Generally speaking, I take my thumb, you can see my thumb here, take my thumb and just dig into it like that and do them. I do have a nice set of cutters that I bought this year. These are the best kind of cutters. The ones that's got the curved head. Some cutters have like straight heads on them, and I don't know, they seem to mash your stuff in two more so than cut it. But oh, that's a nice sharp sound there, since these are brand new. But anyway, yep, cutters. Gotta have cutters out there. If you plant okra, they're really good to have cutters, but I did not plant any okra this year, of course. I wish I had some now, but that's beside the point. Let's see here. Here's me another good sized squash right there. They break off really pretty easily. Okay, moving on out here in the garden. I just washed my hair, so I gotta show it. Ah, geez, what an attention whore. Okay, here is my biggest tomato plant, and this tomato cage is about a 5-foot cage, and it's up about it's up about 4 foot in the cage and spilling out over the left side. I haven't gotten a tomato yet, And I'm still a little concerned about whether I'll have all that many tomatoes, to tell the truth of the matter, because of, you know, it's always chancy in this area with a blight on the tomatoes. This particular one, that is the biggest plant, well, it does have, let's see if I can get in here and show it. It does have a couple of, that is approximately a baseball sized tomato right there, one baseball sized tomato. And of course the lower leaves on these things always start looking kind of bad. I'm hoping they don't blight too quickly. Now see here, this really does not look as good. The leaves are kind of curling up on it. It's got a few limbs. The lower limbs always die. Whether it's blight or not will be revealed on how quickly it spreads through the plant. Blight can spread extremely rapidly if that's what it is. And here is some peppers. Yeah, good looking. These are hot banana peppers here, and they're doing really well. This one particular plant here is a cayenne, long cayenne pepper. Very hot stuff, a chili type of pepper, I do believe. Anyway, there's the biggest one there. I'd rather wait till them will turn, I'm pretty sure they'll turn red. I'd prefer to let them turn red before trying to eat them. This is early thicket bell pepper, which pretty good sized pepper right there already, and I definitely prefer them to be red too. So it'll take you know, like another month or maybe even more, at least another month. But I think I'm gonna have to take a few off of this, just because the pepper plants peppers are so big, they're weighting the plant down. So yeah, there's quite a few bell peppers in there. Okay, I think that mostly covers everything. Here's these two tomato plants that's underneath these other cages. This one is not looking so healthy, to tell the truth of the matter, so I don't know what's going on there. And this one's looking a little bit better. So really the tomato plants are the least attractive thing in the garden at the moment. Everything else is doing really good. Like I say, nice. I mean, I think this is the best the cucumbers have ever looked when I planted them. I mean, there's going to be like buckets of cucumbers out of that. I can envision coming out here and getting like 30 or more cucumbers at one whack, which is way more than I'll be eating. So you guys need to be my neighbors, so you would have free cucumbers, and you would have eventually some free squash too. See what you get for not living next to me. Okay, bye everybody.